Welcome back to the podcast, the Schmeat Nation podcast. Week 2 in the books. As I always like to say, we're on to week 3. Adam, how are you doing? 2 weeks down, 12 to
Coming
go.
off a bit of a clincher. I'm 2-0 at the moment, but it's not necessarily a good feeling 2-0. So hopefully the team can show a little bit more going into week 3. Felt pretty lucky so far, but yeah.
We'll review all the matchups, but we got both sides of the fantasy football coin. Despair and hype with 0-2 on my end. So let's know what better place to start than with that matchup, huh? Here, look at that. Aaron, I'm used to it, but it never feels great to get the number 1 points dropped on you in back-to-back weeks. So didn't quite hit 200, unfortunately. Couldn't breach that benchmark, but not really much more to say than every single person did fantastic on Aaron's team, and Jamar Chase is really good at football.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Jamar Chase at number 1 was supposed to feel like instead of what he got week 1. So it's good for Aaron to finally see that pick come to fruition a little bit, although at what cost? That could be tough moving forward.
Yeah, we'll see how UW legend Jake Browning does. And then I guess,
Aaron and I were in
well,
attendance for a lot of those Jake Browning games at UW, so maybe that'll help.
Okay, there you go. Got some good karma on the side. And then, of course, the Bears get absolutely blown out, and I don't have the only redeeming point in my lineup, but also would not have mattered because my quarterbacks combined for 6 points on the week. So,
Yeah,
did not have solution.
it is unfortunate to have 37 points on your bench, but like you said, it is a little bit nicer knowing that it wouldn't have helped no matter what. Even your most your ideal lineup, I don't know, would have won this game.
No, not at all. So trying to get scrappy with it. We'll see what we can do. And on the other side of the coin, an absolute nail biter. How did this one feel going into Monday night?
A clincher. Yeah, needed 15 points from Egbuka. Luckily, he got 15 points in the first half, so I wasn't freaking out for the entirety of that game because after he got those 15 points, he got nothing. So that would have sucked to watch if I needed 16 points.
Yeah, absolutely dismantled. Wait, what? And then on Parker's side, James Cook goes absolutely nuts. But otherwise, and we'll see it in the rankings. I don't necessarily love Parker's team very much, and he drops to 1-on-1.
Yeah, both of these teams are a bit tough, especially like looking at my team. It's a bunch of mids, I feel like. And now that Joe Burrow's out, I'm also feeling that with the T. Higgins pick. So hopefully their defense just sucks and Jake Browning has to sling it. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how the outlook looks. On the other side, Jamie takes down Jay Yip. Jasper had the greatest start you could possibly have. I feel like I remember peeking in on his team after that Thursday night game, being like, "Holy, Jasper is all the way back," and then,
yeah, just the rest of his team because he had Zach Ertz on Thursday night, and that got him off to a great start. But then after that, I mean, you had Omarion Hampton versus Ashton Genty, and both of those guys have been kind of letdowns for where they were drafted. But taking Genty in the first round, you really were hoping for more than 9 points.
Yeah, and Amon-Ra brought out the belt for that Chicago game after all those podcast clips are being released, so he absolutely clutched up for Jamie.
Yeah.
Disgusting. It even left some points on the bench with Juwan, but
Juwan Jennings, yeah.
Anyway, what a victory for Jamie. Hops to 1-1. J-Yip falls to 0-2. It's nice to have you down.
If you're Jasper in this situation, it's nice to know that the team is there. It can put up points after that disappointing week 1. So certainly looking up for him as opposed to if he put up another 90, like sub 100 point with the new rule changes, that would have felt a little bit despairing.
Yeah, that is a good point. He's got some things looking up, and I mean, I've never dropped 158, so doing better than me. It's a good look, and with these rookies for both teams, this is relevant. It's not like they really
Stop.
ever totally, think it up the whole season. I feel like they come on at some point, especially when you have the draft capital of Genti. So I wouldn't be too concerned. Scraping by with a win would be nice, but he can hold his head high. It's only 2 weeks.
Yeah,
He would have beat a lot of people this week. So
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is it's a bit unlucky for him this week, but good to know that the team is there.
I already feel did not do well with it. Yes, I'm sorry in advance. Moving on, Seth goes up to 2-0 in our match of the week, taking out Andrew just as he did in the tournament game. And this one really, really weird. Like Andrew's team either did insane or they kind of flopped. So that's a bummer for him. And 11 points from Josh Allen. Just a bizarre game over there from a guy who
Yeah,
you expect to have 20 some odd. And, that kind of made the difference for Andrew.
I mean, his team kind of goes as the Bills go, and unfortunately for him in this game, it was just a James Cook game, so there was no need for them to throw the ball. So you would think that more often than not, Josh Allen is going to be a winning QB, but this week just they didn't need him.
Yeah, and we're still trying to get a feeling of the points, but I feel like 150-ish range there. Both these guys falling short. But Seth really, it just kind of
150
comes
feels
down
like
to
the new 130, you know?
yeah. So you're never gonna like guarantee a win at these numbers, but you can scrape by as we see here. And obviously Seth's team did really, really well on the most part, but just has a Mark Andrews problem, which as a Mark Andrews problem guy last year, you just gotta wait it out. He'll just start ripping touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, you never want to be caught being the one with the bag, but eventually it's got to fall apart for Mark Andrews, right? Is this the year, or will he come back on like he did last year?
Yeah, we'll see. Fortunately, he always has a like random flyer chance of just falling into the end zone. So that seems to be his game. We'll see if he can turn it around. But otherwise, Seth's team's looking pretty solid. And in the Hoop of the Week matchup here, we got Reese versus Connor, 128-98. Two teams that would have lost in a lot of weeks last
Defensive
season in those
battle
format.
in the matchup of the week.
It was wild because the Broncos getting 0 points, but they had like 5 stuff. So it's like they actually should have just had negative some odd points in a normal scoring format. Like a 0 is so bad. And that game didn't even seem like a total blowout, but I guess the defense couldn't do anything.
Well, it wasn't a blowout, but I mean, Daniel Jones was just going off.
I guess so. And then obviously on the Connor end, Joe Burrow going down, brutal, and not
Joe
really
Burrow going
anything to
down,
be hyped about.
Bengals being up 20 points and not using Derrick Henry, and yeah, I don't know. AJ Brown is just not involved this year so far, so I don't know. Just kind of all the cards lining
TJ
up.
Hawkinson, it's just a disaster down the line.
Yeah.
Oh no. And I think I
All
might
that
have
with
ranked
Tucker
Connor
Kraft
too
on the
high.
bench too.
Oh, but he would have won. No. 30 more points. 30, I don't know the math. He might have won. It might have been tied.
Yeah, it would have been really
It's
close.
Oh, wait. Connor has Justin Herbert, so he doesn't even have a QB problem. He has a QB solution.
That's true.
There you go. Not bad. Fortunately, he didn't start Jaden Reed, which is kind of wild. Didn't Jaden Reed start well last week? Yeah, he got 15 points and then he benched him. That is kind of big.
I mean, I would bench him too again if I had Jalen Warren on the squad.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. And then jumping in the next matchup, fun one on the week. Eddie with an absolute statement performance, pushing Brad down to 0-2. And I mean, just that Cowboys Giants game was fucking insane. Obviously, Brad had a piece of it in CD, but Malik went nuclear, and that was the difference.
Did CD even get a touchdown?
He might be touchdown list there too. Yeah, no touchdown yet.
Yeah, so I don't know. Just looking at Brad's team, it's just I don't know. I'm kind of a Brad hater, but
yeah, you have been making that stance lately. Oh man,
I
Fred's got
guess
all
it
the
is. It's
QBs.
powering up with Quinshawn Judkins on the bench. He's got Scadaboo and Jordan Adams. So I mean, his team could look nasty later in the year, but right now it just. I mean, Bill and Trey Benson is your running back 1-2. I don't know about that.
It's the Xavier Worthy difference, right? Yeah, it's got him on the IR. It's like his wide receivers don't look strong enough for the like team that they are, and it's just because he's missing one.
But does
He
Xavier
was.
even add that? Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, it
I haven't seen
definitely.
him play yet this year. It definitely would help. But with Rashi Rice coming back, I'm not even sold on him for the future. So,
Yeah. Brad's in a tough spot for sure. As you know, most of us down at 0-2 are. So we got a couple of despair 0-2s and then some hope for Jay Yip. But let's jump into power rankings. So, I'm really trying to feel it out. Oh no, Connor's at 11. Yeah, Connor's probably be at 12.
yeah, I mean, you get a little bit more clarity after 2 weeks, but still, it's just one of those things where you still just don't know. There's so many unknowns out there.
Yeah, and it's just like tough to look at Andrew's team on paper with the like Josh Allen difference and not rate him as a one there. So he's really the only person who didn't change, I don't think. Like most everyone's still shuffling. Give us a minute to get our grips, you know.
Yeah,
It's like what even is a power ranking? You know, two
that's
weeks.
always what it comes down to. Yeah.
But these videos help. So any major ones to call out here? I think Seth was a big mover. I think I had him pretty far down.
Yeah, the biggest mover for me was Parker. I had Parker at 2 last week, and after you lose to a team like mine, got to be moved down. What do I have him? I have moved him from 2 to 8.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
devastating. Poor guy.
you had Seth at 9 last week, and you have him up at 2, so that's a pretty big mover too.
Yeah, massive move. We're still trying to figure it out. I think, yeah, Tet really came on for Seth too, and that's one of those rookies that looks like he's going to be hot right from the jump. So
Oh yeah,
anyway, and in the game picks, 3-3 and 2-4. So we really don't really know much.
yeah.
Let's try to do better this week. Jumping in to week 3. That a pretty must-win game for me as Connor comes to the Flying Pugs. 1-1 Connor versus 0-2 me. Uh, After receiving the highest score dropped on me in back-to-back weeks, I don't feel super ecstatic about more football being played, but unfortunately, we're
Well,
back on another week.
if there's one saving grace is that you're catching Connor off of a sub 100 point performance. So
Yeah,
his team
absolutely no
definitely
way he
doesn't look
drops 200.
great. Yeah. But now that we say that, it's definitely incoming.
Yeah, it's about to go nuts. So I'm starting Daniel Jones at quarterback. So
You know how it goes. Anytime you start believing in Daniel Jones.
yeah, he's definitely not the Derek Carr of last year. So I don't know. The player rankings are pretty good, but
The player rankings do look solid for you, but it just hasn't panned out.
it has not connected. I guess running back's kind of a problem. Why the hell is Randall McLeod on the team? Like, there's so many questions. I don't know. The management's gone to shit. There's fires in the building actively. I'm not quite sure.
But you can't fire the owner. That's the one good thing, right?
On Connor's side, it's like I guess I shouldn't be too afraid of AJ Brown and DJ Moore, but those guys can come
Yeah,
along
I
at
mean
any
those
moment.
are those are the guys that could pop off at any point. So
Yeah, it's tough to choose myself in this one, but I have confidence now looking at the matchup.
I'm definitely taking you if that changes anything for you. I just think the
Maybe it
squad
does.
stacked up, like looking at the flex of Drake, like Drake London's not going to get 2 or whatever he got last week again. Jalen Warren and Cooper Cup can, I feel like, disappear in their respective offenses. So I feel like you just got the better squad. And you have the average points apparently. 186 is nasty. Why have you put
Well, I
186?
mean, I don't think a lot of these guys are in my line. Yeah, it's because I'm getting 28 from the QB. I've never had a QB score more than 8. Hopefully Dana die. If I can get the quarterback going. Fortunately, I was pretty good with the wide receivers. I liked JSN, Rome, and Drake London everywhere, so hopefully they can turn it on.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough talk looking at my fucking atrocious squad. Let's jump into another one. Reese at 2-0 going up against Eddie at 1-1. And Eddie's got some concern here with the Jaden Daniels injury. We didn't really talk about that, but that could limit him moving forward. But otherwise, like the team's really shaped up for 0 RB. Like hitting on Brees and seemingly hitting on Travis Etienne has got to feel really nice because the receiving core is pretty strong, although he does have 2 tight ends. Oh, because Matthew Golden he took fairly high. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I mean, with the tight end premium, I don't hate 2 tight ends as much as I used to. And like Kyle Pitts is averaging more points than Brian Thomas and Terry McLaurin, so why not throw him in there?
Yeah, absolutely. And then obviously Reese is no stranger to experiencing tight end premium with the Bowers play.
Yeah, I would be
too much
concerned about
yesterday?
Bowers going forward. Like I think he'll still get a lot of catches, but I don't know if the yards are going to be there. He just looked like he was a step slow.
Because of the injury.
Yeah.
Damn bummer. Yeah, it's really just Puka Nakua and a dream. So that kind of Reese's team probably should be lower on the rankings. Where did I put this guy? 4. So we're still feeling it out. It's apparently
Yeah,
the first
I
time
mean,
when you look at it next to another team.
He had a good week last week. And I think that
Yeah.
the squad is still fine. He's getting Iomanner in there. Like Iomanner's he's got a lot of targets, so he could go off. But I don't know if that Indy defense is any good. But
he does have Pittman too. Did Pittman do nothing last week? 10.2.
it's crazy that they could put almost 30 points and he do nothing.
Yeah.
But like the Colts to me are basically like the Green Bay wide receiving core. Is like any of them can go off at any point for a touchdown. It's just who's it going to be?
And then they got a freak in the tight end spot. Yeah, this one's tough. I think I do have Eddie higher though at 3. So I guess I like Eddie's team more.
Man, you were going to take Eddie. I do have Reese higher, but looking at them stacked up against each other, I do like Eddie's team, but I will take Reese for the parity.
Yeah, I think it's not a horrible all either. Like anytime one of these mobile quarterbacks has a limpy foot, I feel like their first game that they play is a little bit shockingly underperforming. So
yeah.
Anyway, let's see it. I'll see Eddie on Sunday, so that should bring him good luck. Jump into the next one. You taking on Jamie. Jamie, a 15-point favorite. Holy, 14.3 in favor of Jamie, projected 161. What would that be like? How do you feel down in the 140s?
We had the same thing last week. I mean, it's just a projection. It's hard to look at the entire week leading up to it. It does feel pretty bad to look at that kind of projection, but like the team could go off at anyone. Like Saquon Barkley hasn't gotten a big run yet. He could still go. Jordan Mason's going to be the featured back. I missed out on Ken Walker last week. Like the pieces are there. Something like who knows? I don't know. Yeah, losing George Kittle sucks. Like,
oh, I forgot you got the George Kittle down there. Oh, that was
like my team would look so much more
yeah.
just because he was like in the first quarter of that game against the Seahawks. He was going to be tight end 1 on the week.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, he still finished high as a tight end too, doing nothing for 3 quarters, getting hurt. So and then Jamie, you're really just hoping Amon-Ra doesn't drop 45 or whatever on. Yeah, but it is against Baltimore. I think Baltimore dismantled the Lions last time they played.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't think they played last year, but I do have a piece of that game too in Jameson Williams. So hopefully they are more focused on stopping Amon-Ra, and Jameson Williams can get over the top a couple times.
Oh man, so this could be a fun one to watch down the stretch if it gets to Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie rolling Hampton out again though. Oh my god.
I feel like you kind of have to for the draft capital. I mean, I guess she's got Tony Pollard, and you could put Juwan Jennings in there. And then we could both have, she could do Jennings and Amon-Ra, and I could do Jameson Williams and Ricky Pearsall. We could have that matchup.
Oh, there you go. Think of the narratives.
Yeah.
Jamie is starting a kicker who averages 1.9.
Yeah, this guy hasn't necessarily been great. And I know we talked not all off season, but when we were doing the kicking about 0 to 39 yards being -2. And it happened once last year, and I feel like it has happened like 5 times this year.
I know. I'm starting to wonder if graphic that got pulled up was just AI slop shooting out something wrong.
I looked it up so many times though, like on a bunch of different places, and that's what it said. So
Yeah, but everyone is indeed missing. So, oh well, I don't know. It's the year that it is. We're all on the same playing field. So, uh, yeah. I mean, I think I got Jamie significantly higher. Yep, I'll go Jamie.
I do have Jamie higher as well.
You are a team of destiny right now, up at 2-0.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take Jamie just because it worked against picking myself last week. So either I get the pick right or I win. So win
There you go. Potential game of the week candidate. I feel like this is going to be a good one. But Parker at 1-1 going up against Andrew at 1-1. Andrew, this is that projection we are talking about. 174 points in the projection, averages 187, but obviously had a crazy week one.
Yeah, I mean,
things are gorgeous.
You know,
on
when you
Andrew's
average
side.
220 in 1 week and there's only a 2-week sample size, of course the average is going to be big. The question is can he do it again? Who does Buffalo has Miami? Like I could see it being the same thing again, where
It's on Thursday.
if they get up early, and it could just turn into a James Cook game, which I mean is on Parker's team. So this Thursday night will be fun to track for this game.
Wow, James Cook is RB1 through 2 games. My goodness, good for him. I feel like everyone was shooting out random narratives.
Yeah, his whole.
Look at the draft. I mean, Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Allen, all early paying dividends for Andrew. But the wide receivers do still scare me. I don't think I'll ever stop saying that. There's like no star power outside of Zay Flowers, and I've been a generational Zay hater. So
The good thing about having Jacoby, I think, is he catches a lot of first downs for the Raiders. And the way that they were playing the dink and dunk football, those first down, there might be a lot of first downs for them. But
that is good on his side.
Yeah, again, it comes down to the Josh Allen, Keon Coleman stack. Like that's where, if that hits, it's probably going to be a win for Andrew.
Yeah, actually, this one's Jefferson also is playing with Carson Wentz, which can be hit or miss. So really, Parker's receiving core is probably worse.
Be better with Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. They're not playing the Bears anymore, so the Vikings actually gotta try hard. Yeah, we both taking Andrew because I'm taking Andrew.
Yeah, I'm taking Andrew.
Parker has only put out good vibes to the podcast and can't draft a team that gets any love on here.
Poor guy. I can't believe he watches every week just to get shit on.
Jumping in here, another 170 projection for Aaron as Jasper tries to get first win of the season, projection 152, 17.5 point dog. And that's kind of how I see it too, honestly. I feel like it's crazy that Aaron is projecting 170, but I guess they're still throwing up 21.5 for Jamar.
Yeah, the only hope is that, like I said, the Bengals defense is just so bad that they're just throwing the ball the whole game. And I think Jake Browning was just hitting the underneath. So it's like you could end up with 10 catches for 80 yards or something like that. Like that's in the realm of possibility, which I feel like is still a decent performance for fantasy, but I don't think you'll be getting those number one weeks anymore.
Yeah, the Patrick Mahomes Kelsey stack. Kelsey now moved over to the flex to get Jake Ferguson in. Oh yeah, I forgot that. Oh my, Aaron stocked up on some injured players. Probably
Austin Eckler can be dropped. That guy's out. That guy's
not chasing the Ramondre. Played Ramondre last week, getting 22. Taking Ramondre out this week, so we'll see if it works. Calling his shot against Pittsburgh. And then Jasper as well, getting in the double Chargers receiver stack. How do you feel about that, running Keenan and Quinton?
I mean, you look at them, and that seems like the wide receiver 1-2 for Justin Herbert this year. Like, Ladd is kind of not been as involved as these two. And you can see they're wide receiver 10 and 12. They're both wide receiver 1, so why not?
Yeah, so I guess you got to chase that. And there's not really much other alternative, yeah.
You could put that in the game and just have all the pieces of the Denver Chargers.
It takes them all. I do think it is Aaron again pushing Jasper to 0-3.
That's what I've got as well. I'm just too far apart in my rankings.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. It's a good one. Team of the week. The Lamb Bowl. Seth at 2-0 has a chance to push his older brother Bradley down to 0-3. And ESPN thinks he'll do it. 6.9 point favorite for Seth. The power rankings of ours favor Seth. What do you think of this matchup, Adam?
I mean, you kind of look at the positional power rankings, and it almost looks like Brad's got the advantage with number 1 QB, number 7 wide receiver, number 1 defense, and then number 5 tight end. But I mean, the average is there too. It's tough to think how he's 0-2 at that point with a 172 average. But again, I guess he's probably getting 19 points from Parker Romo. That guy won't do that again.
Wait, what the fuck? What's even, dude?
They kicked 5 goals, yeah. But again, just he's sliding Quinshon Judkins in. He's got Bill there. Like I get the hype around rookie running backs, but they just don't. I feel like they're not powered up yet at this point.
Yeah, he did kind of pigeonhole himself in because I don't think he's had a guy go down to injury. I think this is just the team that he drafted after waiting on running back. He didn't scoop up a guy like Eddie or even Seth with Javante. He just went for those high hype running backs. So he needs to scrape a few wins. And obviously
this feels very reminiscent of Brad's championship season, though. I don't know if you remember that, but he kind of was struggling all year. And then when I think he had Jamar Chase, when he turned it on, that's when the team started looking good. I'm pretty sure he slipped into the playoffs under 500 that year. And that's just what you're risking with these drafting this many rookies. Like it's boom bust. Like it could work out for you in the end, but man, drop into 0-3. It's tough road ahead.
Yeah, I feel like this is a sneaky like upset here because there's some tough matchups on Steph's side and some tough situations too. Like Tyrod's going to be thrown to Garrett Wilson. We've talked about somehow Quinton and Keenan Allen being better than Ladd, and who you see at Ladd a wide receiver 4 on the season so far. Mm-hmm. He's going to need a lot from his running backs in the flex, which is possible. I feel like he's got the flex advantage by 1.5 miles here against Booty and Strange.
Yeah, he definitely does. But, I mean, is Javante the real deal? That's the question.
I mean, he plays Swiss cheese for defense this week. Oh, maybe the Bears' run defense is still good. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's the wide receivers that have been tearing him up.
Yeah, which he has in CeeDee Lamb, so. Yeah. And Jalen Johnson is out, so Tyreek Stevenson of, Jaden Daniels fame will be quarterback 1, so that'll be something. Oh man, I've like talked myself into a Brad selection, but I think I have to.
I'm sticking with my rankings. I'm taking Seth.
Yeah, it's just I think Vegas might be a good run defense, and I know Quinshon got the nod. I just think the running backs are probably going to make the difference here. Seth has bona fide studs there.
I mean, if you look at it, it's like QB Brad, running back Seth, wide receivers Brad, flex Seth. I don't know. It's probably more even than I'm thinking it is.
And Brad by landmine. I've just wanted to be more intentional with the rankings, but you know what? Us 0-2 folk got stick together.
You're taking Brad?
It didn't even feel good coming out. Just give me Seth.
He's back to Seth.
All right, we got 2 weeks down. Let's take a peek at the standings here. Up at the top, Reese, Seth, and yourself, Adam at 2-0. Although Adam, you are
The
less than
playoff percentage
50%.
is not good.
Not
That's what I
ideal.
was saying. I need the team to turn it on. And starting 2-0 is a good spot to be, but it's not a comfortable 2-0.
Yeah, for sure. And then the 1-1, nice big group of players there. All of them projected above 50% chance to make the playoffs. So that's nice. And then I look at all of us down at 0-2. So Jay Yip with a 36% chance, me at 25, Brad at 18. A good time to check the points for Andrew. Not a decent lead, 32. Obviously had a really, really nice week 1 and then backed it up pretty respectively too in week 2. But man, yeah, there you are down there, Adam, below me.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
You gotta work
the
on
team's
this.
heating up. Team's heating up. If I went from 120 to 150, so
What the fuck is it? I guess.
I mean,
What? I have
220
almost
put up against it.
100 more than Jamie. Brad's obviously
You do
also
have
gotten
100 more
unlucky,
than
but I have.
Jamie. You had 220 and then 199 put up against you. That makes sense, right? That's the saving grace for your team. It's been unlucky. It'll even out. It'll regress to the mean.
It's gotta, right? It's gotta. And then can we see the power rankings? Oh, it must be this in here. Yeah, there we go. Look at the shuffling. Ooh, nice. Up to 11. Bradley down to 12.
Me up to 8.
Jasper from 1 to 10. Man, oh, they got Reese up at the top. Interesting. Okay.
Who do we have Andrew up at the top? He's at 4 in ESPN.
He's at 4 in ESPN. Aaron's at 3 in both, I think. Nope. 3.5 for us. Sorry, Aaron, I put you at 5 apparently. All right. Well, anything else we need to check?
No, I think we're good. Yeah, another week in the books. Looking forward to another week. Should be a fun Thursday night game.
All right.
Well, for that Andrew versus Parker game, just because they got a lot of Bills in that game.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. They could keep it divisional.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see y'all on the flip. Good luck, everyone. Peace.